Okay, so University of Exeter Rowing Club post session stretches. I'm going to rattle through a load of stretches that I want you to do post session. Each one of these stretches is a developmental stretch apart from the yoga complex I'm going to show you right at the end. So each one of these stretches I want held for minimum 30 seconds. You can hold up to 2 minutes if you want to, but I'm going to rattle through them so this video is not ridiculously long. Okay, stretch 1. There is already a separate video for this on the channel, but this is the banded hamstring stretch. Leg needs to be nice and straight. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because you can watch the other video, but banded hamstring stretch. If you haven't got a band, you will just have to hold the leg. From there, you roll onto your side. Leg on top of the other one. Get a hold of your foot. Keep your knees in line and just push the hips forward, which is going to give you a quad stretch. Okay, so knees in line, heel to bottom, just pushing the hips forward a little bit. Okay, so yeah, that's hamstring, and now this is the quad. Let's look at calf next. So calf stretch, just one of many versions. Come to an all fours position, push up, put one foot behind the other and drop that foot down. It has to be on the heel, okay? Has to be on the heel. If you can't get to the heel, shorten the challenge, okay? If you want more stretch, increase the length, okay? That is your calf stretch, obviously both sides. Piriformis stretch, and I quite cunningly got myself a boat wedge, so which we can use as a block, because I've had quite a bit of back trauma. I've had a serious road traffic accident, so I struggle to get there. I'll show you what I mean. On this side I'm not too bad. I can get down, this knee's in front, my other leg is straight out behind me. Okay, I can't quite get my hip to the floor, but my hips are square. All right, which is important. So if you're rolling off, no good. Hips have to be square to get the stretch. If you want to use the block, just pop the block underneath your bottom, keep your hips nice and square, and you can stay there a little while. Okay, so it's a nice little stretch for piriformis, outside of the hip, outside of the glute. There is another version of that which is called a 90-90 stretch. So you get 90 degrees with your front leg, 90 degrees with your back leg. You get your belly button over your front knee and draw an invisible line out with your back arm and reach out and come down. That's a 90-90 stretch. Okay, so we've now looked at hamstrings, quads, calves, hips. All right, cool. So let's have a look at hip flexor. Again, there is another stretch for this. We're going to be on one knee. We're not sticking our bottom out. We're going to be nice and tall through the torso from here, and we're going to just tuck the pelvis underneath. That should give you a little bit of a stretch down here. Okay, if it doesn't, we can lunge forward a little bit, but keeping the tailbone tucked underneath. If that still doesn't give it to you, what you can do is raise up with that top hand as well. Okay, so that is your hip flexor stretch. So there's obviously numerous other stretches as well, but they're the ones I want you to do post session. If you are tight in a particular area, talk to me, I will give you some more. This is the yoga complex. Okay, so you're going to go through this a few times. come up and push back into down dog. That's trying to get your heels flat on the floor. From here we come through and we drop the hips. Squeeze your bottom and really stretch off through your abs, okay? Really squeezing the bottom. If you want to, flatten the feet, back of the feet on the floor rather, lift up, squeeze your bottom. And then from there, relax, tuck your toes under, push back into child pose. Really stretch out and reach off through the back. And that is your post-activity stretching session. Okay, cool.